I'll agree with you that criticism is definitely necessary, but sometimes not appropriate.
Welcome.
Attention, please.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the No Comfort Zone podcast. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. Broadcasting to the world from Rockford, Illinois. This is your wake-up call.
Warning.
You are the solutions to all your problems. Stop thinking average. Become the hero version of yourself. Every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. It all matters. You've entered the No Comfort Zone. It's time for a reality check.
Hey, welcome back to the No Comfort Zone. This is Dan Brzezowski. I am hitting it hard in the reality check today, talking about criticism and talking about the things that you need to hear, maybe that you don't want to hear, in order for you to become successful at whatever endeavor you're looking to get into, or what you're already doing and you're not getting any success out of it. So back when I started the No Comfort Zone podcast, it was my intention to reach out to people based on my initial story, which was basically I had fallen into this evil rut of average after experiencing some massive adversity that I put on myself. And while being average, I realized that I just didn't want to be this way. Being average to me meant living on a budget, being constricted to the values and opinions of other people. And I ended up getting lost in the shuffle. And I just became average because I was so tired of actually risking things, doing risky things, and not having the work ethic or the right character behind taking those risks. And I would always fall flat on my face to financial ruin, emotional ruin, spiritual ruin, relationship ruin, and health ruin. All of that happened to me in a very short time period. And when I came back out of it, I just said, man, I'm not going to try as hard anymore because I didn't have the work ethic or the character. But then I decided to come up with this thing about how do I get into these positions? How do I get to this point in my life where I end up just basically succumbing to these massive failures? I mean, there's one thing to learn from your failures and get criticism, on what you did wrong in order to get there. But in your heart of hearts, you know why. You lack the discipline. I lack the discipline. I lack the necessary effort in order to achieve the desired results. I lacked the amount of understanding of time, how much time it took to get something done. And in this world of everybody's becoming overnight millionaires and instant successes, that's what it says on social media, I fell into that trap and realizing that I was an actual failure. But the fact of the matter is, I wasn't using all the data correctly. I was looking for the easy way, the shortcut. And what ended up happening is falling into average, I realized something. There's patterns of behavior and decisions that I make, and maybe you do too, where you come to a point where you get really inspired, you're really motivated, you're really interested in accomplishing a certain end result. And what you end up doing, you end up getting so passionate, you go all in, you tell everybody that you know, and then short time later, then you're a failure and you don't even want to talk about it and you're on to something else. Maybe it's a new course. Maybe it's a new book. Maybe it's a new job, and maybe it's a new relationship. Maybe it's just a new endeavor or a new ambition that you have. Whatever it might be, whatever is true for you. I mean, just think about it for a moment. Why do you end up failing? Well, I decided to study myself instead of studying other people, and the No Comfort Zone blueprint, easy for me to say today, the No Comfort Zone blueprint was born. And what it was, basically, I looked at the little things in my life that I could control: when I get up, what I eat, when I eat, where I eat, how I eat, workout, exercise, all the things that I wanted. I wanted a fitter body, and why wasn't I? So I backtracked into the poor decisions I made. I don't have an organized time when I eat. I eat poor things, just, the basic stuff. But I documented it. And then what was really interesting is I decided to find out why I did those things. And on the outside, everybody's looking at you going, oh, you're a successful person, you're this. But in your heart of hearts, when you know where your true ambitions lie and where you want to go in your life, no matter what the results are, you know in your heart of hearts that you're not successful because you know where you should be. Not where you're at, where you should be. A lot of people that I've met recently on social media have all fallen into the same trap. You get into your middle age, your 40s and your 50s, and you realize that you gave up a lot of your life for other people, which is just an excuse, by the way, but you've given up a lot of your ambitions and a lot of your dreams in order to have the job, play it safe, take care of your wife, provide financial security, be there for other people, which is admirable, and that's so important that you're there. But also, if you want things in your own life, you have to carve out that time to do that. And you have to carve out that time without sacrificing the other person's, your other interest, your other kids' time. It's very difficult to do. But that's where the true success lies. That's where the no comfort zone is how do I go after my ambitions while fulfillment, while taking care of everybody else? And what you'll find out is they're all one and the same. I wish I could tell you that I have a ton of hobbies that I'm interested in, but quite frankly, this is a huge part of my life, what I do here, and it gives me the fulfillment that I need in my life. Now, my day job, I love my day job. It's very challenging, and I enjoy doing it, and it has to deal with all of the things that are necessary: goals, work ethic, character, process improvement, changing, ever-changing environment. It's just dealing with people. It's a great position for me that I'm in because I still get to do what I want to do, but also on the same note, I get to do what I want to do as well. And you've got to carve that time out in order to do that. So with the No Comfort Zone blueprint, I was able to really get to a point where I looked in the mirror and I identified, where am I at? 200 and some pounds overweight, or, I'm overweight. Wasn't healthy. All my blood work was chaotic, was really bad. Highly stressed, not happy, not fulfilled. The only thing I had going for me was a supportive wife and loving children and 3 really cool dogs. That's all I had. And I've got a great family, don't get me wrong. Mom, brothers and sisters and stuff. But I'm kind of a loner. I think they know that. And if they listen to this podcast, you'll know that, as you know what I'm talking about. Where I find my intimacy is dealing with you, the person who's trying to achieve more, that wants to have more, do more, and be more. And there's a few things that, I do get the phone call when somebody's down and out and they're having a hard time. I get that phone call and kind of got to walk them through it. It's a really interesting place to be because I am not in any way, shape, or form where I want to be at, but I'm working there. And I think I'm a little bit further than most because I've identified all my failures. And I know the reasons why. In this blueprint, when you apply the blueprint, you look at your life and you go, all right, cool. If I make this change, it's not comfortable, but hell, the no comfort zone. It's not going to be comfortable. And if you're looking for an excuse, this ain't the place to be. And if you don't want to be told what time it is, then definitely don't get on that call. But I'll tell you what, people that have enjoyed the opportunity to be a little bit more confident in their space, whatever that space may be. And I think that's what's important, is to know that where you're at in your life and where you're going, they're one and the same. And yeah, I have been told that I'm very critical. But the way I look at it is there's life and there's death. Life and death. No, Dan, this is just, about living and going after your goals. No, because I was on the death path. That's where I was. I mean, you don't come as close to death as I do and walk away from it unscathed. I mean, I still regret the level of lowness that I've got to during that time period in my life. And I know that I never wanted to do that again, but then I realized something more. Instead of wanting to get that low, or never wanting to get that low again, and coming up with this blueprint, I really wanted to get out of average. And if this message resonates with you about getting out of average, I'm telling you right now, you got to go to thenocomfortzone.com. Go to my site. Get on that calendar. Once you're on the calendar, I'll call you and we'll talk about the blueprint so you can get the hell out of average. And average is everywhere. It's so, everyone, it's either you're ultra successful or you're ultra lying, or you just gave up and you threw in the towel. And that's a ton of people that I know. That's the majority of men that I know. They have given up. And now there's a fighting chance to get back into the life that you want. It's never too late. Shit, there's guys in their 60s that are reaching out going, hey man, here's what I want to do. Here's where I want to be at in my life. I think you need a plan, and I think this is a pretty damn good plan for you to get your bearing, to get your footing, your foundation, a blueprint, so you can build the life that you want to do. By design, you can create your reality. It's a reality check. If you're overweight, if you don't have the money you want, you're not in the relationship, if you're just not happy or fulfilled, then you got to do it. You got to go to thenocomfortzone.com and check it out. There's a lot we can discuss, but the primary thing is how to get you out of average, how to get you to avoid adversity, or learn from the adversity that you've actually already gone through. And at the end of the day, you put your head in the pillow and you realize, you know what? Yeah, I'm actually more successful today than I was yesterday by doing one thing. Dan taught me how to get out of my comfort zone and live on purpose.
Say goodbye.
Want more of the No Comfort Zone? You can follow Dan on Instagram and Twitter at NoComfortZone1.
Bye.
Or on the web at thenocomfortzone.com.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Comfort Zone podcast.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.